Welcome to our video today, where we will explore the fascinating topic of why astrology has been rejected by the scientific community. Astrology, the belief that celestial bodies influence human affairs, has a long history, but it has often been met with skepticism from the scientific community, so let's dive in and understand the reasons behind this rejection. In scientific inquiry, empirical evidence is crucial for establishing the validity and reliability of a theory or hypothesis. It involves observations and measurements that can be objectively analyzed and replicated by independent researchers. Astrology, on the other hand, relies heavily on subjective interpretations and anecdotal experiences rather than empirical data. Birth charts, horoscopes, and astrological readings are often based on generalizations and vague descriptions that can apply to a wide range of individuals. This subjectivity makes it challenging to conduct scientific studies that yield consistent and measurable results. In contrast, scientific disciplines such as physics, chemistry, and biology have made significant advancements through the use of empirical evidence. These disciplines follow a systematic approach, using controlled experiments, statistical analysis, and peer-reviewed research to build a reliable body of knowledge. Moreover, astrology lacks a theoretical foundation that aligns with the principles and laws of physics and biology. The celestial bodies, which astrology claims to influence human affairs, operate through well-understood natural processes such as gravity and electromagnetic radiation. Yet astrology does not provide a clear mechanism for how these celestial bodies could have specific effects on individuals or events. Additionally, astrology's lack of predictive power is a significant hurdle. Scientific progress relies on the ability to make accurate predictions, which allows for the development of technologies and advancements in various fields. Without a solid foundation of empirical evidence and predictive power, astrology cannot meet the standards expected by the scientific community. Scientific experiments are designed with meticulous attention to detail, including controlled variables and rigorous methodologies. This approach ensures that researchers can isolate specific factors and accurately measure their effects. In contrast, astrology has struggled to provide consistent and reliable results when subjected to scientific scrutiny. Astrology often relies on subjective interpretations, such as birth charts and horoscopes, which are open to multiple interpretations and lack a standardized methodology. This subjectivity makes it difficult to conduct scientific studies that yield replicable and measurable outcomes. Scientific research requires that findings can be independently verified by other researchers. However, when attempts have been made to replicate astrological predictions or claims, the results have often been inconsistent or inconclusive. This lack of reproducibility undermines astrology's credibility within the scientific community. Furthermore, the absence of empirical evidence poses a significant challenge for astrology to gain acceptance among scientists. Empirical evidence is the cornerstone of scientific inquiry, providing objective data that can be analyzed, tested, and peer-reviewed. Without empirical evidence to support its claims, astrology remains outside the realm of scientific legitimacy. Astrology's rejection is not merely a result of bias or closed-mindedness, but rather a consequence of the scientific community's commitment to evidence-based reasoning. Scientists require robust empirical evidence and replicable results to build reliable theories and models. Without these foundations, astrology struggles to meet the rigorous standards expected in scientific investigations. Astrology's inability to meet the criteria of scientific rigor is indeed a crucial factor in its rejection by the scientific community. Scientific disciplines rely on rigorous methodologies, objectivity, and falsifiability to ensure the validity of their claims. One of the primary concerns with astrology is the vagueness and ambiguity of its predictions. Astrologers often provide general statements that can apply to a broad range of individuals. For example, horoscopes often contain generic descriptions that could resonate with anyone reading them. This lack of specificity makes it challenging to test the accuracy and reliability of astrological predictions. Additionally, astrological claims tend to be non-falsifiable, meaning they cannot be disproven or tested objectively. Scientific theories must be formulated in a way that allows for the possibility of being proven wrong. Falsifiability is a cornerstone of scientific inquiry, as it enables researchers to design experiments and tests to potentially refute or validate a hypothesis. In astrology, however, the interpretations are subjective and open-ended, making it difficult to disprove or test them empirically. Moreover, astrology often relies on anecdotal evidence or personal testimonials to support its claims. Anecdotal evidence is prone to bias, misinterpretation, and confounding factors that can distort the results. In contrast, scientific disciplines conduct studies with carefully controlled variables, randomization, and blinding techniques to minimize bias and ensure reliable results. These rigorous methodologies provide a foundation for scientific progress and the accumulation of knowledge. By failing to meet the criteria of scientific rigor, astrology remains on the fringes of scientific acceptance. While it may have cultural or personal significance for some individuals, astrology does not meet the standards required for it to be considered a scientific discipline. Researchers have scrutinized astrological predictions and compared them to actual outcomes, or examined the relationship between astrological factors and specific characteristics or behaviors. However, the majority of these scientific investigations have failed to find statistically significant correlations between celestial bodies and human attributes. The results have consistently fallen short of providing concrete evidence to support the core principles of astrology. Throughout history, many ideas and practices that were initially met with skepticism eventually gained acceptance when sufficient evidence was presented to support them. For example, heliocentrism, the understanding that the Earth revolves around the Sun, faced initial resistance but eventually prevailed with the accumulation of empirical evidence and the development of more accurate models of the solar system. However, it's important to approach this topic with open-mindedness and respect for differing beliefs. Thank you for joining us today as we explored the reasons behind astrology's rejection by the scientific community. We hope this video provided you with a clear understanding of this topic